Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 60 of the Sim Racing Show. And this week, Gran Turismo 7 is about to drop its June update, and I already know some of the details. But the big question is, will this actually be a good update, bringing the most wanted Gran Turismo 7 features, or is it going to be another almost? Also this week, Fanitech dropped another massive piece of news, and you're going to love it. They keep surprising us. They launched a certified refurbished program. So what does this mean for you? We'll get into details in a moment. And meanwhile, Assetto Corsa Evo just really casually announced Spa and GT3s like it's no big deal. But what we're waiting for is the open world. We're also going to cover Renport's new cockpit audio overhaul, Euro Truck Simulator's big move into buses, Raceroom Super Touring and Hypercar Roadmap, AMS's 2's new deal with Aston Martin, a slightly embarrassing Silverstone moment from Project Motor Racing, but also a huge amount of hype for Project Motor Racing that you're going to want to hear, and you're going to want to hear my honest take on it. So let's get into it. We're going to start this week with Gran Turismo 7 because the June update is coming imminently, and Kaz has done it again. He revealed an early tweet, the cheeky teaser image. Is it going to be a big update? Write it down in the comments right now if you're a GT7 fan. What are the most needed features that Kaz should bring ASAP? I spoke with Kaz before the GT World Series, during the GT World Series, and after the GT World Series, and I would love to get these comments from you directly to him, just as I've done with Fanitech, just as I've done with SimLab, Renport, all of these companies. So we're expecting the update to come on Thursday, and we do know this, 3 new cars are coming, and it's a full European lineup from Stellantis. Now, as a Stellantis driver myself, I've got to put hashtag ad because obviously the Peugeot RTZ is the best car in the world, and we are getting the Peugeot 2008, maybe the 1.2 crossover, or maybe the E2008. I hope it's a 1.2 turbo. That's going to be one for the daily race C grinders, not. And a Citroen BX, probably the facelift model, Gandini styling, hydro suspension, full 80s dad energy, our reporter says. And front and center, a Lancia Delta HF Integrale rally car. If I remember, we got something similar in Assetto Corsa Evo recently. That's WRC royalty or rally royalty, 6 manufacturers' titles. No word yet officially on the extra features. New menus, quality of life stuff, but you know the drill. The blog post is going to drop before the patch drops. So I'm going to cover the blog post dropping on this channel, and I'm going to drive the cars first thing early Thursday AM. So look forward to that. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments now so I can address them in those videos. Now, the next news is from Fanitech, and this is a big one. I'm really impressed with the way Fanitech are dropping big update after big update. They're not small updates, they're big updates. This one's a massive deal. Many sim racers have waited for this for years. It is, as I said earlier, the certified refurbished program. This means if you're in the EU or the US, you can now grab legitimate Fanitech gear at a lower price with zero sketchy eBay risk. These aren't meant to be beat up returns either. Most of the stuff is barely used, fully cleaned up, tested by Fanitech's own team, and comes with a 2-year warranty. Now, the new stuff at the moment, I believe, is coming with a 3-year warranty, but a 2-year warranty is very good, and a 30-day return window. EU stock is already live on their website. The US is being sorted, apparently. And if you're building a rig or upgrading, it is obviously a place that you should be going to check the prices after you go to www.simracingdiscounts.com. That's my curated bespoke discounts website. It also, from a environmental perspective, means that gear is being kept out of landfills. It's going to be recycled along the community. I want to know what you think, and I will be honest, I am concerned about the control potentially over the used market, because I think the ability for us to buy something and then if we want to move on to sell it is absolutely critical in any kind of like hobby for us to do that. But I can catch Fanitech a break here because I think it's a sensible thing to do for anyone who wants to look at Fanitech equipment, and it's not stopping anyone from looking on eBay or Gumtree or wherever. If they start to do funny stuff like say, oh, your warranties only carries on if you do it through our certified refurbished, or software things will stop working, then I will call them out on it. Now, next we're going to speak about Assetto Corsa Evo, but before that I want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, which is GT Omega. They provided me with the bucket seat behind me and also the Prime Light, which is one of their cheaper rigs that I'm running a 16 Newton meter wheelbase on, the Moser R16. So if you want to check out the entry level rigs from GT Omega, knowing they can handle that, go to www.gtomega.com, use my code Kireth5 for an extra 5% off. Let me also know in the comments if you bought a GT Omega rig over the years and what your honest thoughts are of it. So Raceroom Evo has been oddly quiet lately, let's be honest, until last week when out of nowhere Kunos dropped a surprise video and casually revealed their next car. It's the BMW M4 GT3 Evo, and it's a big one, not because it's a new BMW, because the first GT3 car to hit Evo, if you remember, is coming in July alongside Spa, Red Bull Ring, and a few other mystery cars. So the proper circuit racing of Evo is starting to take shape. It's also getting the Dallara Stradale. Now, if you've been paying attention, you probably noticed, or no, you haven't, that this car was teased ages ago. It was hiding in the UI background art, and if you're properly on it, you have spotted it. It's a proper lightweight carbon rocket built by Dallara with a 2.3 litre turbo engine, and that is the kind of car that should make sense for Evo, track focus, race bred, and a pure driving feel. But with Spa and the Evo BMW M4 G3 Evo car being shown off this month, is Evo starting to shape an identity? And is that identity definitely not free roam? I remember in Christmas 2024, everyone was hyped about free roam in Evo. That seems a long way off now. We need them to get the track racing right. And Spa and the BMW are a great combination to try and get on the right track there, in my opinion. Now let's get on to Renport, because their latest patch is all about sound. They're fine-tuning the audio, they say, as they gear up for version 1.0 in September. And for the first time, you can actually change car setup. So I've got some thoughts about that. The Mercedes AMG G3 is the first to get the upgraded audio treatment. It's got a new cockpit sound that should sound really good on console, i.e. they should be almost class leading on console perhaps. And we're just 3 months away from that full release of Renport, and it does still need more content. I did, when I spoke to Renport, I interviewed them. They said on the setup front that, you know, at the moment they want to keep the setups stock to take away that intimidation factor. Now they're gradually opening up the setups that could make it more attractive to people who like doing setups. Let us know what you think about that in the comments. SCS, meanwhile, have confirmed now, after we broke the news, that drivable coaches are officially coming to Euro Truck Simulator 2. The hints are over. You'll be using the existing bus terminals around the map, and is part of their Project Coaches initiative. So combined with the drivable cars and pickups in American Truck Simulator, it sounds like SCS is branching out from just cargo trucking into a more diverse game model. Could we start to see more racing and sim racing in these incredible maps that SCS do? I saw your comments on the previous sim racing show. I will be contacting them about hopefully doing a thing where I'm going to try and learn in the sim and then drive a real truck. That sounds insane. Raceroom, they did their latest grid talk session where they gave us a solid look at what's next. That's the Alfa Romeo 156 and the Opel Vectra Super Tourers coming on June 24. So coming right now, alongside the Alemannen Ring Street Circuit, there's a batch of new Huracan GT3 Evo 2 liveries for GTR class. But later this year, fireworks, 3 hypercars, Porsche, Lamborghini and BMW are planned for September. And we're finally getting ranked multiplayer and new graphics before the end of 2025. Raceroom just keeps coming. It's like the Terminator. It just keeps moving forward. And I know a lot of you love Raceroom. Meanwhile, we're doing all the sims today pretty much. Riser Studios just locked in a deal with Aston Martin for Automobilista 2. That means the Valkyrie LMH and the Vantage GT3 Evo are both coming to AMS2 in the upcoming Endurance Pack Part 3 DLC. It looks like it could be more than the one-off 2. There could be more Aston Martin cars coming in the future. The DLC is coming in July. Now, big news here. If you've made it all the way to the end, put a Apple emoji in the comments, because Project Motor Racing have been dropping a lot of stuff, and I'm going to give you my honest take. New teaser. So Aston Martin DBR9 is confirmed. That's an old school GT weapon. And there's a track reveal as well, which they call Northampton, but it's definitely Silverstone. But for legal reasons, they're calling it Northampton. That does worry me. They've also just released a teaser on career mode in Project Motor Racing, which does potentially look exciting. What they're saying is every car is going to be available at the beginning of the game, but you are going to need to scrabble together the budget and maintain a budget to get all this stuff. So it's like, it's not going to throw cars at you. It's not going to drip feed you the cars either in a preset way. It's meant to be a more free-form way that mirrors actual racing, where you have a budget, you need to increase your budget, and then you can choose what to drive. Now, this is from the incredible people that bought you Project Cars 3, which didn't have pits properly. It basically looked like a mobile game. So take it all with a pinch of salt. There are lots of people shilling about this game. Let's just use honest terms here. However, if they deliver on it all, it is going to be a really interesting game. And the team do have a record of bringing their games to console. So this, my prediction for sim racing, I went to the Sim Racing Expo in 2024. It was all about hardware. I saw all this hardware, and over the last year, I've basically tried to review all of it for you and give you my honest opinions. I think 2020, the Christmas of 2025 and 2026 is going to be all about console. So I would predict we're going to see Renport hit console. We're going to see Project Motor Racing hit console. At some point, we may see Le Mans Ultimate hit console. We may even see Aestheticals at Evo hit console. We may see the future of Gran Turismo. We may see the future of Forza Motorsport as well. So I think console is going to become an incredible playing field. Aesthetic are going to be launching their Xbox stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if RevoSim, who are really turning heads with their PC bundle, come to console as well. Endurance Motorsport Series is coming to console. Console could be where it's at for 2026. The only one not to go is going to be iRacing until they do. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.